Remove Kwara, Kogi, West from Northern classification, reclassify them as Yoruba territories amid insecurity. Yoruba Union urges Tinubu. They should reclassify them as Yoruba territories. Okay, the Yoruba Union Ìgbìmọ̀ Májẹ̀kóbàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yoruba has called on President Bola Tinubu to exercise presidential authority to formally remove Kwara State and parts of Kogi from the classification as Northern State, insisting that the regions are historically and linguistically Yoruba and should not be subjected to what they describe as political and cultural misrepresentation. In a statement issued on Sunday, jointly signed by the convener Olushola Badero and the Home Director Princess Balogun, the group emphasized that Kwara South, Kwara Central, and Kogi West are predominantly Yoruba-speaking regions with cultural and ancestral ties to Yoruba nation. They maintain that categorizing them as northern states undermines their identity and exposes them to systemic marginalization. The statement expressed deep concerns over escalating insecurity in the region, alleging that Fulani herders operating under the guise of cattle rearers have been responsible for the buying, kidnappings, and violent land grabs. According to the union, more than 10 Yoruba vigilantes and forest guards were killed in Kwara South on Sunday morning in attacks allegedly carried out by Fulani herders. The group accused the federal government of arming these individuals. It is disheartening that Miyetti Allah members who have been implicated in attacks of our people are the same individuals who were given AK-47 rifles to protect us. And you can imagine now why they give Miyetti Allah AK-47 to protect who? How can murderers be assigned as protectors, I wonder? Can you imagine? It is nothing short of betrayal, the statement reads. The Yoruba Union warned that President Tinubu will be judged harshly by history if he failed to act decisively to protect the Yoruba people in Kwara and Kogi states. Some people do not care to be judged harshly. As long as he will not be here by that time, people are judging him harshly. It's of no point. It's better we judge him harshly now that he's alive and he's the president. Can you imagine? Give Fulani herders AK-47. Now, wow. Kwara and Kogi West are Yoruba speaking region. To classify them as northern is a fraud and a deliberate act to rob our people of their rights, the group said. We demand that President Bola Tinubu immediately correct this historic anomaly by removing Kwara and Kogi West from the northern classification. If he fails to act now, history will not forgive him for complicity through silence and inaction as Yoruba lives continue to be lost. Mr. President should understand that his own people have become vulnerable in their ancestral lands. If he refuses to intervene, his silence will be seen as complicity. He must withdraw the so-called Bororos deployed to Kwara South with immediate effect and ensure the protection of Yoruba lives and property, the group insisted. How can Yoruba-speaking communities be labeled as northerners? It is fraudulent and unjust. Our official language is Yoruba, not Hausa, and our people have never identified as Fulani or Hausa, they declared. On the rising wave of insecurity, Ìgbìmọ̀ Májẹ̀kóbàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yoruba stated that Yoruba communities are under siege, with farms being destroyed, women raped, and families displaced by violent attacks. This is nothing but the calculated attempt to take over our ancestral homes. The Nigerian government must stop arming the very group that is terrorizing us. These so-called herders have turned into marauders, determined to erase our presence in our own homeland. The statement said, beyond its demands to the government, the Yoruba Union appealed to Yoruba communities at home and in diaspora to unite in providing humanitarian and logistical support to local vigilante groups across Yoruba land. The group also extended solidarity to the families of the slain vigilantes, describing them as heroes who sacrificed their lives in defense of their land. We commiserate with the families of our gallant defenders who died while serving humanity. We pray to God to console their loved ones and strengthen the resolve of our people to resist invasion, the union said. They particularly commended the uncompromising local vigilantes who, despite limited resources, have remained steadfast in their commitment to protecting Yoruba territories. This is not just a call for reclassification but a demand for survival. The Yoruba race cannot and will not be subjected to a fraudulent northern identity or left at the mercy of armed aggressors parading as herders. The time for decisive action is now. The statement said, the Yoruba nation worldwide must not abandon these brave men. They are the last line in defense against an existential threat. Their sacrifices must be recognized and their families must be supported. Okay, Chukwu said this. Then he will also classify all the Igbo people in Benue, Kogi, and Benin as well as Rivers Delta as Igbos. That's the way to go. Okay now. Michael says Kogi isn't not. We are middle bet. They play. You're deceiving yourself. The Olaship says it will not work if the real people of Kwara and Kogi did not want to be part of the Southwest. The politics that made Kwara and Kogi West was what made Iguacha part of Fox closer to Abia and Imo South. But identity-wise, Kwara and Kogi West is Yoruba, and a significant part of Delta State and some part of Rivers, the Sumu that are Igbos and or Igbo-speaking people. One last says, and some part of Kogi Central, like Oguri, Magongo, we are Yoruba by origin and tradition. Probably they will create another state to put all of you inside there. Uzoma Adekwe says, in other words, they are asking him to declare Wofra. What was Wofra? At Alex Aldo says, okay, now you should try it. Then that's when we will understand that it's Jagabians has a level. Okay. Emibai says, I've always wondered how those parts of the country are northern. Me too, like, why is Kwara labeled a northern state? Most Kwara people that I know, they are Yoruba people. So why are you calling them a northerner? I used to wonder too, but this is Nigeria. Omoba says, the Igbos of Kogi, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Edo and Benue must all be carved out to become part of Igbo land. I'm from Igbo land in Cross River State, Sobo. This is indeed a welcome development. Well, let's see how that goes. At Elias says, these terrorists were born on the battlefield, not on the internet or on the table. As Ugu says, fights will soon start. We will stand by and play the referee role. Ngele Ebuna says they should also know that Igbos form part of Kogi. Okay now. Clean says, how can I explain it that Kwara is not? Explain anyhow now. Explain anyhow. Damilare says that's restructuring in the making. Matthew says only Kwara South and part of Kwara Central should be considered as such. Prince Dan Suleiman says being in the northern zone doesn't make one a Hausa, just as being in the southwestern zone doesn't make one a Yoruba. How can we classify the Ijos in Ondo State? Are they Yorubas or South? Now, my listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.